This is We've Been Drinking MMA. This is the third fight. Or is it the fourth fight? Third fight on the main card for the UFC Fight Night. Bobby Green versus Grant Dawson. This is Drew Dober at lightweight, 155 pounds, versus Ricky Glenn. And this is backhand. My prediction, my pick is Drew Dober.
My prediction is Drew Dober too. Unfortunately, it's probably gonna be a very easy fight for Drew Dober.
Yeah.
It's his style of fight.
Yeah.
Like, he's not gonna get out wrestled. He's not gonna get outstruck.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Ricky Glenn is a volume type striker, he's not gonna outpower Drew Dober.
Right.
Drew Dober chin has been a suspect with Matt Frivola specifically.
Right.
Like, he got rocked.
I think he learned a valuable. He did. He learned a valuable lesson. First of all, Frivola was throwing with massive power on all of his punches that night, and Drew Dober was in and out with his fast punches. And he happened to throw one big punch to the body, and he thought it was gonna push Frivola back, and Frivola just answered with a huge overhand, and it just knocked Dober down and just finished him quickly. But I just feel like Drew Dober, that's what happens when you're going against a power puncher. You can't just throw the body and stick there. You gotta stick and move always against a power puncher.
1-2 out.
Always go out. Get the hell out of there, because it's just a bomb that's waiting to explode on you. So
You can't stand in the phone booth.
I feel like I agree with you, man. I mean, obviously, Drew Dober's a huge favorite, minus $480 to make 100, and it's probably going to keep going up throughout the week. So minus, it's a hefty price. But Drew Dober's a ranked fighter, and that's why it is a hefty price. Even though it's crazy, because who's main eventing is Grant Dawson. This fight card, Grant Dawson is fighting Bobby Green. Grant Dawson is a minus 400 favorite, and Ricky Glenn, who is Dober's opponent in this fight, Glenn had a draw versus Grant Dawson a few fights ago. It's kind of crazy that Dober's this much of a favorite over that, but
because Ricky Glenn made Grant Dawson strike.
Exactly.
And that's not Grant Dawson.
And that's the thing. It's all about styles makes fights, and Glenn has, had good takedown defense, good enough. And in the third round, he just started stuffing the takedowns, meaning he was just defending the takedowns perfectly. He just saw Grant Dawson going for his legs and just, put the hand on the guy, on Grant Dawson's head or on his shoulders, and just moved out of the way. Simple as that. He read the wrestling, and he was good at that. But as far as striking, that's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about wrestling. This is striking against Drew Dober. And, Ricky Glenn just walks into punches. You saw him walk into punches versus Christos Giagos and get knocked out in the first round. He doesn't have any distance control. And because of that, Drew Dober is one of these guys who's a ranked fighter, and it's not because of his wrestling. It's all because of his striking. And he's got, quick, powerful punches, combination punches, fast leg kicks. And it's just going to be bad for a guy who's just walking into punches, So that's why Drew Dober is a massive favorite. And I think Drew Dober will learn from that lesson against a power puncher. Ricky Glenn is not a power puncher. There's no threat from Ricky Glenn in this fight, in my opinion.
He is a volume striker, and Drew Dober's more of a power guy. So.
He is power, but at the same time, Drew Dober, he can break people down, and just Glenn just walking into punches means that I feel like even Dober by KO, I want to see that price when it comes out on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I want to see
That's
that.
the only way is by propping this, unless you want to put Drew Dober on a parlay.
I want to throw him on a parlay for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
No doubt he'll be part of a parlay. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. This is kind of self-explanatory. Glenn is not a striker, and Dober is just going to take him out, in my opinion. So,
yeah, like, subscribe, comment.